So, welcome back guys to a brand new video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be letting you guys know that tomorrow is update day, the very big update for ARK Survival Evolved on the Xbox One, PS4 and the PC. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look and saying goodbye to the final old version of the Stego and the Mammoth as they are set to update to the new TLC Phase 3 version. It's about time. So when you're watching this video, you might even be seeing it in a year's time and it might be your first time playing ARK Survival Evolved. This is what the Stego and the Mammoth used to look like. I kind of wish I did this 2 years ago with the old TLC patches so some of you guys could see what some of the old dinos used to look like, but it is time for these two to update. Now if you guys do enjoy today's video and you're excited for tomorrow's update, smash that like button. Let's try and go for over 800 likes, guys. It seriously means so much to me when every single one of you hits that like button. Thank you so much for the support, and make sure to be subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on the big 24-hour live stream tomorrow and the update itself. So, I don't know what you guys thought, but the first time we turned around and looked at that Mammoth and looked at that Stego, they just look so outdated, especially the Mammoth. Now, to me, the Mammoth looks like the fur on the Mammoth looks so old. It looks like we're playing Minecraft, and like you forget it because sometimes you play a lot of the game without using the Mammoth as much. I know some people still use it for like, you know, collecting, but you still realize that it just isn't really, it's just so outdated, and we're just going to be riding them around talking about the update because obviously the update is on its way tomorrow. So the Stego is going to have lots of new attacks to it. So obviously with its normal, its normal tail attack as it's got there, look how much it's just collected there. We're not even going to be able to move until we level up that weight there. We should be all good because of the stats on this, on my settings. But what it'll actually be able to do with this attack now is immobilize and actually get smaller targets and actual like survivors in the game stuck in its tail and knock them out, which is really awesome. You'll be able to hold obviously the I meant to hold the inventory, and you'd be able to change to 3 different modes with the Stego. So the different modes of the Stego are going to be one called a hardened plated mode. There's 2 other ones so there's 3 in total where it gets benefits such as a thatch harvesting benefit, a wood harvesting benefit. But also there's a mode where you can actually, on the TLC version of the new Stego, where no one can pull you off the Stego. So if you're in that version of it, you know, you will be able to basically be invincible on a Stego until the Stego dies. Now, another really awesome factor about the new one is that it's going to have a critical bleeding attack. So when you actually use the tail whip, it was like a new impale attack. You will actually be able to give him a critical bleeding, so they are going to need to run away from you when you are on the Stego. So the Stego is going to be so much more useful than this version in ARK Survival Evolved right now. It is probably the least tame, one of the most least tame creatures. One that people want to use in the game personally. If you guys agree with me, even let's put all of this into movement speed on this Stego here, and even doing that, the Stego still is barely that as fast. It's obviously not really going to be much faster at all with the TLC, but obviously, guys, take this in right now because this is your last look at the old ARK Survival Evolved Stego model. So, moving on now to the Mammoth. Now, the Mammoth is, again, something I was saying mainly before, needs a TLC so badly. It looks so outdated. The face side of things doesn't look too bad if you look at the Mammoth, but then you look at the body of the Mammoths and they're just so outdated. I know I've said that so many times, but it's so true. So let's hop onto the Mammoth. Let's put that weight up so we don't need to worry about getting too over encumbered. And we are going to ride around on this Mammoth. Now the Mammoth is going to have a new stomping attack. So when you press spacebar, I didn't mean to say that, you would normally, it just does nothing. Just does absolutely nothing. Whereas on the new version, it will, just like how most of the other dinos work, it's going to have a stomping attack. you are going to be able to stomp on your prey below you using the new attack. I just want it to happen so much right now, but obviously the update hasn't gone live yet. It's also going to have a new way. Obviously, it has this attack, but it's nowhere near, you know, what the new version is going to be when it's going to go up on its big legs and stomp down. This one is just like a little It's so, you know, it's nothing. And the attack just goes, do you know what I mean? It's just such a, I don't know, it's hard to explain. The new one, you're going to be able to swing left and right, and it's just going to be so much more of a clear attack, rather than this boring, you go run in for attack of a mammoth, and all you do is this and that. Like, it's just really not that useful at all. You're also going to be able to have a well, with the saddle at the moment. If I actually go and get the saddle, we can look at it, because that is obviously one of the biggest parts about, are we going to be able to when we're in creative mode? I think we are, yeah. Manta, where are we? Mammoth saddle. So, if we obviously go into the inventory of the mammoth and we put that saddle on, what you will see is it's a very, very basic saddle. Like, there's nothing really to it if you look at it. It's just a standard ARK saddle, whereas with the new one, it's going to cover the whole mammoth's body, and there's going to be a built-in war drum on the mammoth, where when someone's riding the new mammoth and that you've got your like friend and stuff on the back, they can play the war drum, which actually gives the new mammoth a buff, which it can basically, it's immune to fear, and you can just run and power through with your new TLC mammoth. So, what do you guys think about this? It's crazy to think these guys are finally changing. So should we do the movement speed we did last time with the Stego and see what happens with the mammoth? I feel like the mammoth will be a bit quicker, especially as we've increased it a lot more. Here we go, 317 percent mammoth movement speed. I kind of would like to see what if you got this to like the highest maxed out mammoth. It'd be quite funny to see. I feel like what we should do as well, because this is the last time you guys are going to see this model of the Stego and the mammoth, is let's get a Stego saddle as well, so you can see the old Stego saddle on the Stego. So let's put that on now, and we can have a final look at these two together. It's been it's crazy to think, you know, ARK's been out for 5 years now, and you know, these two have been the same in that 5 years, and to think, you know, it's actually finally the changing day for them is a very big and exciting day. Let's have a look at it. This would be like a good thumbnail, I think, but yeah. See you later, old model, and welcome, new model. I'm really, really excited, guys, and I know you are as well. Not only are these two going to be changed with the update tomorrow, there's going to be lots of quality of life changes, as I've done in videos as well, to like the Giga, to a few other ones. They won't be, like the things like the Giga and the other creatures getting updates, they're not going to have model changes or ability changes. They're just going to have buffs and nerfs and things like that. Most of them are buffs, I think, so like the Megalodon's going to become a lot more powerful, so that's pretty cool at the same time. I will catch you guys tomorrow in my massive 24-hour stream, where we are going to be raising money for sick kids with under Team Wildcard, and also we are going to have all of the videos where we take a look at the new TLC, how to spawn them in, and talking about update day in general. See you guys later. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can hit the target. Subscribe. And I will see you for the big day tomorrow.